All right, this is another press review with me, Anthony Olensky. Today is Friday, October 20th, around 12:30. Once again, we're going to start with a quote, and then we're going to have a fun one because we're going to dive into what is the meaning of brunch and why do people have brunch. Before we get into the article, today's quote is, "Take criticism seriously, but not personally. If there is truth or merit in the criticism, try to learn from it. Otherwise, let it roll right off you." This is Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I guess she let a lot of shit roll off her, but we're not gonna get into that. So today's article, the title is "Brunch is for Assholes." This is from Jared Dillon. He has this Substack called "We're Gonna Get Those Bastards." I like his writing style. I don't agree entirely with this article, and I'm gonna give some commentary, but I thought it would be fun to read it out to you, and maybe you're gonna enjoy the content. So without further ado, I'm just gonna take a sip of water, and we're gonna jump into it. So, this was about 5 years ago. I was in New York City, and some of my hoity-toity friends invited me out to brunch. They said we were going to the best brunch spot in the city. You know how New York is. Everyone has to go to the best everything. The best bars, the best restaurants, the best banana pudding. Then, after a few months, people will get bored with it and move on to the new best thing. So, we were going to the best brunch spot in NYC. My hotel was around Grand Central, and I had to take a cab downtown. So, I'm in the cab, sort of contemplating how I got to this point in my life where I'm going out to the best brunch spot on a cloudy Saturday morning in New York City. The car pulls up about a block away from the restaurant, and as I open the car door, a guy goes sprinting down the sidewalk. This guy was running like Ben Johnson on 8GH, picking them up and putting them down, and my assumption was that he was being chased, that he stole a toothbrush or something from Duane Reade, and the cops had him in hot pursuit. So as I walked down the street, I spied a restaurant, and there is a line of 100 people, maybe more, extending out the door and down the sidewalk. The sprinter was at the end of the line, completely winded. The dude was literally in a dead sprint so he could go to brunch. After a while, my friends show up and they get in line with me, and we were standing in line for well upwards of an hour. At which point, someone from a restaurant comes out, draws an imaginary line in the air in front of the sprinter guy, and tells everyone behind the imaginary line to go home. Full for today. That fucking sucks, man. I experienced that once or twice in New York. I guess the article is going to dive deeper into that. The sprinter starts jumping up and down, smashing his hands on an invisible table, yelling, "Damn it! Damn it!" My friends were pretty busted up about it too. They were fancy people from the Hamptons. Out of ideas, we went to a gross diner down the street, and everyone complained about it. This is a very New York story. Of course, very Seinfeldian, because only in New York could someone be driven to a violent rage by not being able to get brunch. But some people are crazy about brunch. It's this whole social scene where you dress up in your finest and sit around and drink mimosas and gossip and get drunk and eat avocado toast. What a dumb fucking ritual. I mean, I like it. There is a class element to this. Well, brunch is for the leisure class. Right out of Veblen's Conspicuous Consumption. We have all this free time to waste 3 hours on a weekend and get shit-faced, slowly sozzled on Bloody Marys, and spend the rest of the day sitting on the couch, sobering up small, before the Sunday scaries set in. A waste of a day. Only people with really easy lives can waste the whole day on the weekend. It offends my blue-collar sensibilities, not that I get my hands dirty, but on the weekend, I'm doing shit. Running errands and writing and scooping the poop, not spending an entire morning socializing. Hey, you can get drunk anytime you want. You don't have to bring eggs into it. Such a negative attitude. Don't worry. Going back to the article, I'm not going to write another 1,000 words on brunch. I mean, it is what it is. You can pay $22 for a piece of toast if you want to. There are markets in everything. In a previous essay, I wrote about the Hamptons. The people who live in the Hamptons are the same people who like brunch. They are cake eaters. Not that everyone who goes to brunch is a decamillionaire. Lots of people who go to brunch are going to have an overdraft on their debit card when they pay for it. For them, it is aspirational luxury. They want to be like the folks in the Hamptons. It is an upper class thing to do. Going to McDonald's is a lower class thing to do. I have eaten at McDonald's over 1,000 times and I've had brunch 2 times. It's the people who you despised in college, the Chads, the Brads, the Muffies, and gee, what is another high-class white girl's name? Ailing, or something like that. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Anyway, Ailing will wear the Hermes scarf to brunch, one of 10 she has in her closet. Yes, the prose is dripping with condescension. Wealth takes many forms in the United States. You have high school dropouts who have HVAC companies and sell them after 10 years for 4 times revenue for 10 to 20 million and live in a gated community. My people. Then you have the strivers, the poor kids who aced the SATs and got into a great school, got a great job and did something great. My people. Then you have the Sions. I never know how to pronounce this one, but whose families went to great schools. Their kids got on a legacy admission. They were thoughtless mediocrities, got the same great jobs as the strivers did, and made even more money because of their connections. Not my people. Side note. Yeah, well, these people still do good. So anyway, those are the people at brunch. The striver or a high school dropout would not think of going to brunch. They don't value social climbing, and they have better things to do, and they're not going to spend $22 on a piece of toast, and they're not going to spend $22 on a Bloody Mary with a piece of celery bacon and a shrimp on it. Lehman Brothers had a mix of strivers and legacy kids. I had a king-size chip on my shoulder and basically wanted to beat up all the legacy kids. But over time, I got to be friends with them and learned a few things too. Like, the social stuff is important. They were much better able to navigate the politics at the firm than I was. But I absolutely abhorred the cake eater culture. I think it's a very good point, and he only, writes 2 or 3 sentences about it. But the whole thing about social climbing, whatever, big fucking value. And like, if you're good at it, kudos to you. I mean, the more power to you, I guess. Because in the end, it's all like, you're humans, we're animals, and like this whole social thing, it's like, you're smart as you want, but if you don't know the best brunch spot in town, I guess, and don't enjoy getting fucking sloshed on mimosas, you're just not going to be part of the cool gang, I guess, sad as it is. So I'm not saying I'm the one who's the I mean, you get the point. Anyway, here is a partial list of things that brunch eaters like, in no particular order. Taking a year off. Done that. Ugly sweater parties. Nope, not my thing. Mad Men. Oh, I've seen it. It's all right. Yoga. Guilty. Pilates. Yeah. But, I mean, it's good for you, right? Soul Cycle. Fuck, man. Done it too. Ray-Ban Wayfarers. No, I don't own any Ray-Bans. Picking blueberries. Nope. TED Talks. Yeah, but that was more me in college, I guess. Peacoats. Don't own one anymore. Lacrosse, of course. Nope. I haven't played. I've played like 3 times, whatever. Hockey. Yeah, fun. Santorini. The Amalfi Coast. Yep. Michelin-starred restaurants. Nah, actually, I mean, no. For me, it's not like McDonald's still one of the top spots. Padron in 2006, Voss, and I don't even know what these are. Brunch, and more brunch. So, going back to the article, I'm really not much in the mood to eat at 10 in the morning on a weekend. I'm not much in the mood to eat in the morning, ever. I skip breakfast. If I eat at 10, then I'm starving at 4, and dinner isn't until 6 or later. It throws off my body clock. Whenever I'm at brunch, it feels as though I've been detained by the police, being forced to answer questions against my will. You know what's better than brunch? A pancake house. Well, this guy is so fucking negative. I think he's a fucking loser, actually. Because, yeah, like, anyway, I mean, not a loser, but breakfast with people who you like, and that's the worst thing ever? Come on, dude. So, Myrtle Beach, go back to the article, has dozens of them, and they're terrible, the pancake houses, right? That's what makes them so good. I used to go to Harry's Pancake House in Myrtle Beach for a while. All the waitresses were 35, going on 60, smokers and grandmothers too. It's awesome. The white people in Myrtle Beach are nothing if not fecund. What the fuck does that mean? Highly fertile, able to produce offspring. Yeah. Nothing if not, yeah, so they like to fuck and have children, I guess. Better than having some bad-faced girl from Greenpoint, communist, pouring your coffee as if she hates your very existence. That's true. There are a lot of bitchy baristas out there. Brunch has never been a positive experience for me. You've been there. You went twice, dude. But the brunchers, they are obviously to all of this. They're oblivious to all this because it is the only socially acceptable time to drink before noon. Okay. And then when you think about it, you are drinking before noon. Whether it is socially acceptable or not really makes no difference. Yeah. I mean, who cares, right? I'm also very much opposed to being seen. Having to be seen at the best brunch spot with these particular people. The right people. You might recall that book from Wednesday Martin a few years ago, Primates of Park Avenue. An anthropologist living in the Upper East Side had some observations about culture and class in the UES. She's a horrendous human being. I can't say why here, but she was a pretty darn good cultural critic. I haven't even gotten into parents with kids. They all have to have the right stroller, and it costs half a month's rent. For a while, every baby in New York had one of those rubber giraffes until those went out of style, and then all had to have some other toy. If you didn't have the giraffe, you weren't in the crowd, I guess. You were a bad parent, and it's an arms race trying to get into the best preschools, admissions interviews for 3-year-olds, and the crazy thing is, they all think it is normal. What a hater! I don't think anyone thinks it's normal. They just kind of do. Like it is like the social climate, whatever. It's a fucking race. Like yeah, it's like you wanna. Either like, yeah, you can stand on the sides and just laugh at them and talk shit about these people, or find your own way, I guess. I mean, they are pretty ridiculous. Anyway, I haven't made up my mind about this, but I think this guy is pretty fucking negative, and he should go. I'll be really happy to take him out to brunch. Last paragraph of the article. So, fuck brunch in the left ear. Fuck you and your avocado toast. And absolutely fuck your life that allows you the time to waste an entire weekend trying to look cool. You may think you're cool, but you're not that cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are the comments here? So, Paul Roberts. So I 95% agree with this, with one massive exception. If you can afford it, take the darn year off and travel before you are too old to go to the places if you want to see. I did it when I was 44, pretty burned out from the stupid job, which, to be fair, had put money in the bank. Yeah, like. Okay, I think this is going to be a good one. From Burke Lowe. You were doing it all wrong. First mistake, you went to NYC. Second mistake, you went to brunch in NYC with a bunch of assholes. You start with going to brunch for the right occasion, like when you're on vacation, also celebrating a milestone. Then you go to the right place. Best brunch I ever had was right in your... Best brunch I ever had was right in your backyard. My wife and I spent a long weekend eating our way through Charleston and sightseeing in between. Oh, because this guy lives in like North Carolina or something. Capped it off with a gospel brunch at Hall's Chop House. Forget avocado toast. I'm talking bacon wrapped filet and eggs, crab cake Benedict, etc. But afterwards, we walked whatever. That was basically yeah. You can do brunch well. Like this is you had a horrible experience. I get it, but whatever. Is brunch for assholes? I don't think so. Well, some of them. I just like it's fucking lunch for assholes too. Like you just gotta eat and like I mean no because it's a thing that you just go like oh breakfast and lunch and you're gonna just yeah sit down for a few hours and talk shit with people. But then again like why would you have brunch like breakfast then lunch if you wake up late on a Saturday hungover? I think it's great. Anyway, hope you enjoy this. I did. So yeah. Friday. What's gonna happen today? Am I gonna go to brunch tomorrow? Probably not. But if I was in New York City right now, if I woke up tomorrow morning, hangover as fuck, and someone called me up saying, "Yo, let's go to brunch at the best brunch spot in town," I think I'd do it, just for the fun of it, you know, because you see all these. It's also like going to the zoo. Anyway, bye.